Guys, welcome to another elevated episode of Elevated and Chill. It's your host CJ on the scene, and this is our roommate special. My boy Chris is here, live in the flesh. First, we're gonna kick it off with a vibe check. For me, home team. It's been it's been brick as fuck. So it's been cold, very windy, and all that shit. We feel it up here in Portchester. But other than that, just the usual stuff. A little under the weather, but we still rocking and rolling. Work has been working. Life has been lifing, but keeping up again with the gym, dance, and everything in between. Chris, what about you, man? How's everything?
Life is good, man. I can't complain. Take it day by day, and trying to focus on what you want for this new year. And yeah, man, I can't complain. Life's been good.
Little connect on how me and Chris met. We go back to college days. We started off just hopping around, figuring shit out, and eventually we became pledge brothers. We want to elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yeah, I mean, Pace University. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of hit it off, really, to be honest. We pledged a fraternity, and then found a lot of things we had common and interest-wise, and decided to live together. Going on 10 years ago, to be honest, and then
10 years
later, roommates again, so excited.
Yeah.
Different this time, though. We're not staying in the same room, so.
Yeah, we got our own space and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's been good. It's been a while. Didn't see it coming, but excited for what's to come, and yeah.
Tell me a little bit tell the home team a little bit more about yourself. Like, what do you do? What's your background? Where you from?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chris, for people that don't know me, 28 years old, about to be 29 in a couple weeks.
B-Day coming up, home team.
Yep. Background-wise, ethnicity, Puerto Rican, Colombian, American, obviously, too. Gotta say that. And then, yeah, I grew up in upstate New York. Was born and raised there. And then a couple years ago, moved to Florida, tried that out for a little bit. Missed New York, so I came back. And yeah, since then, just been enjoying New York as much as I could. Good to see my friends again, family, and then just the weather is killing me here, to be honest. But
yeah, you used to that Orlando weather.
You just gotta put up with it, to be honest. And
yeah, you gotta get your coat, everything bundled up and shit like that.
Work-wise, yeah, I mean, I went to school for IT. Obviously,
Yeah.
My dad was involved in that, was heavily pushing me towards that, and now, since COVID hit, really been working from home this whole time. So, I've been blessed to have a job that lets me stay at home and not have to commute too much, but it's a blessing. So,
any advice for the fellow members of the home team if they want to hop into like the IT field and stuff like that you want to offer?
Oh man, I would say, for me, I learned a lot through internships in college.
Yeah.
The one internship I had was really where I learned most of what I do today. It wasn't really for me through courses or school. Obviously, you meet a lot of people, making connections, networking is good, and yeah, it could take you pretty far, taking classes, not necessarily needing to go for like masters for at least for my field, but getting certificates, just trying to make sure you master your craft and figure out what's next coming on the horizon, and take advantage of that.
Gotcha. I think an interesting fact about you is both your mom and your mom was born in Colombia.
Yeah.
And she came over here when she was around, like 2021, and became a nurse here in the U.S. How was it living in that kind of environment, being, with kind of like a first generation born here?
Yeah. So she actually came when she was 3, so she was pretty young. But yeah, first generation on my mom's side. Came here, obviously moved around a lot from her age. She was down in Florida, then back in New York, but mainly grew up in Queens, in Astoria. So we got roots in Queens. My dad's from Brooklyn, so yeah, I mean, for me it was good, like, to have the culture Still in the household, be around it. Still have a lot of family in Colombia, in Puerto Rico as well. So I try to go to visit whenever I can. I've never been to Colombia, but definitely planning to go soon. So to see like family and things like that, and just kind of see like where my mom grew up at. She's from Barranquilla, so that's a pretty big city out there. My dad wise, yeah, we have family out there too in Puerto Rico that we go to visit sometimes. Obviously, we went a couple of years ago for a wedding. So
Story's wedding.
yeah, I mean, man, I think now it's a lot of people are getting introduced to the Latin culture and
for sure,
and jumping into it, especially like I know we'll talk later about it, but Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So definitely proud to have roots in these countries and you know tapping into it more now than ever. So yeah.
All right, sports fanatic, diehard Jets fan, diehard Yankee fan, but diehard Knicks fan. Getting into that, where do you see what's your thoughts on the Knicks? How are they shaping out? JB, what's he doing? You know, they're a little bit in turmoil right now. But what's going on? What's your thoughts about the Knicks right now?
Oh man, Knicks. Well, who knows, man? I think New York teams in general are cursed. I mean, we just saw what happened with the Bills last weekend, but yeah, man, I've just been really a New York fan in general. You know, Yankees probably be like my number one team.
Yeah.
That I used to grow up watching, and baseball was like a big sport that I used to play as a kid. But it branched off into watching the Knicks like 2012. You know, obviously before that too, before we got Melo, and seeing that, and then just kind of riding through the waves of each roster as the year goes on.
Yeah, it's been pearls for sure.
And last year, I mean, we had hope obviously that we were going to be able to make the finals, and we were just there. Even the year before that, we came pretty close. So I feel like we're very close, but you never know. I don't know how Cat, like, if he's the final piece that we need missing, if he needs to get traded, but I believe in Brunson. I think he might be the best. He might end up being the best Knick to ever, you know, put on that jersey.
Yeah.
By the end of the day.
Not Melo. Not Melo.
I mean, Melo, yeah, but we'll see. Like, if we could get, I mean, for me, it's about the ring. To be honest, like whoever can bring home the hardware.
Yeah.
For me, that's what matters. So excited to see what happens. I know we've been sliding the last couple weeks since we won that fucking cup, but fingers crossed we make the playoffs. We get a good matchup. People are healthy. Team's healthy, and if we can get home court advantage, then man, it might be done. You know, playing in the Garden is different. Went to that playoff game a couple years ago. And
the atmosphere is crazy. Home team, you gotta get to the Knicks game when they're in the playoffs. MSG was rocking during that playoff game. I'm talking about like just very loud. The energy is crazy, and I just think if the Knicks win it all, like, you know, it's over. You know what I mean? I think they'll have like a New York City is gonna be on rogue timing and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on Giannis coming over?
If he were to come over, I mean, one, it'd be like, well, what are we giving? Obviously, Cat's gone, but like draft picks wise, like, and would he resign? Like, if his contract doesn't, you know, opt out or whatever. But I mean, I would welcome it. I mean, who wouldn't want Giannis on their team?
Yeah, that's a guaranteed ticket to the finals.
So, and he's already got the experience with winning the championship already. So, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't get my hopes up too much for New York teams, but if someone makes a splash, then I'm all for it. We need to spice it up.
I think you guys might need to give up like key pieces like Mikel for sure, OG. I mean, Cat might need to get out. I mean, if you could do a clean swap for Cat and Giannis, that'll be the easiest thing to do. That's a no-brainer.
Who knows if they take it though? Who knows? Yeah. I'm also curious like what it would have been like if we ran it with the Villanova Knicks and DiVincenzo was still there and Julius, but I guess we'll never know, you know.
I mean, hey man, if Giannis comes, hopefully he could upgrade y'all. But I think you guys have a good team structure. Obviously, the switching. I think Thibodeau established a culture for you guys, and now like you guys are piggybacking off of that. Mike Brown is trying to establish his footing there. So I'm interested to see like where the Knicks go, because I'm not a Knicks fan, but if the Knicks make it to the championship and win, I'm gonna be at that parade celebrating it because I think New York is it's time. We're due.
Yeah, we need something.
We're due. Speaking about Jalen Brunson, and I mentioned it in a prior episode that he's an all-star. First of all, well deserved, of course. But what do you think about the new all-star formatting? You know, the Team World versus the Team USA.
See, I don't really get it. Like, does that factor into the starters that get chosen for? I know it's like fan voting and player voting too, but I was like, it almost seemed like all the West starters were Team World. They really just swapped Giannis to be on that side. But I mean, I missed the traditional, just like fan voting, East versus West. I didn't really like the captain drafted team, but that's just me, like being nostalgic with it, probably.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, they try to change things up every year to see like what brings in most viewers, and I mean, if this does it, then props to them. But for me, I used to always just enjoy watching like the dunk contest, the 3-point, more than like the game itself.
Yeah,
so
the festivities and shit.
We'll see. I mean, if it's competitive, cool. But if not, then they're gonna try again next year. See what else.
I mean, even like the dunk contest hasn't been like. I mean, you talk about nostalgia. Obviously, like we're talking about years prior. I think the last, for me, good dunk contest that we had was the Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine.
Which was almost like 10 years ago now at this point. Yeah.
So it's like there hasn't really been a dunk contest where I'm like, oh, well, gives me like that nostalgic vibes. I think people are just repeating themselves in terms of the dunks and try to do it in like a different way and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, like the festivities are fun. Obviously, like they're shaping up the All-Star game to like try to make it more competitive. But it just seems like people just don't take it seriously. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pertaining to like the U.S. and the world, I mean, we got the U.S. is short, bro.
But it's true, man. All the MVPs are
on the fucking
on the world team almost. So maybe we'll see.
I mean, it's gonna be a lopsided game, but obviously, again, maybe that the way it's shaped out may make it a little bit competitive. I don't know, but I know the NBA is trying to do different things to try to make things competitive, as well as just end the season, like trying to make the games more like lower the scoring. But I feel like you can't lower the scoring and people are just shooting at a high clip. Like that's the thing. The 3-pointer is just like the big thing. So it's like
pretty much
you can't really do nothing about it.
What do you think about LeBron not being a starter for the first time in like 21 years?
I mean, for nostalgic purposes, I mean,
you think they should have just shoved him in there?
Nah, I think I'm a LeBron fan. Home team, you guys know I'm a LeBron fan, but I don't think he deserves to be an All-Star this year. Off the simple fact that he's not what he's used to be defensively, and number two is just like every time he's on the court, he's just not. He's not the efficiency of their offense isn't there. So for me, it's like you don't even deserve to be there. So I think
even his team no more.
Yeah, it's Luka's team. So I think Luka is taking the reins of that team, and when it was Luka and Austin, they were going crazy. And now LeBron is in the mix. Like he's kind of fucking up that chemistry and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they gotta get rid of him. Honestly, they gotta. LeBron hasn't never been loyal to a team. It's more so just like, where he can win and stuff like that. So I don't think he might be out of there sooner than later. To be honest,
they say he might just go back to Cleveland for his last year or something.
I mean, I'm hearing rumors he might go to the Warriors.
Oh shit.
So I mean, I don't know.
Steph?
I mean, to play with Steph, I just think I don't know. For me, I wouldn't even bother going to the Warriors, but I mean, it is what it is. LeBron's LeBron. Obviously, he's a billionaire, so he don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I think I want your insight on Wemby. I think Wemby for me, is gonna be the next like generational talent in this league.
Yeah.
He's tall, he can shoot. He's athletic. He on the defensive end, he's a monster. So, like, what are your thoughts on Wemby?
Yeah, I think he's all that and then some. Like, he's a generational talent. You don't see that come through every now and then, like every draft. But I think his issue is health, like staying healthy. He might be like not to say that he is, will be, but Zion. Like they thought he was gonna be the next, the next face of the NBA. But I think Wemby has a more higher ceiling
Yeah.
than Zion did, but I mean, he just got to stay healthy, and if he doesn't end up, that would probably be the biggest what if to happen. So, I mean, yeah, if I like the Spurs, they did good in that cup tournament, so they do good in the draft. They're young. We'll see what happens, but he's got to stay healthy for sure.
I think pertaining to his health, like it's not like Giannis on Zion where he's like Zion missed so many games. You know what I mean? I think
for God knows what.
Yeah, for like whatever doing his shenanigans, but Wemby, you know, I think it more stems from like his actual like structure. He's trying to build muscle, and like he's so tall, so like the amount of weight on his on his body. But I think even at that, like him being out a couple games or whatever the case may be, he's still doing what he gotta do. So it's just like he's still like that presence down low. So I don't know. I mean, like you mentioned, like if he can stay healthy on a consistent basis, like a Jokic, I think he'll be fine. But I think moving forward, he's on a good team and he's with the Spurs, and that's a good organization. So hopefully he could pull things out. Segueing into our segment, chill and ask. Home team, thank you for providing the questions. Wanna touch base on this. First being the 2025 versus the 2025 Thunder versus the 2017 Warriors. Who do you think might take it all? In a 7-game series, you got the Thunder versus the Warriors 2017 and the 2025 Thunder Finals Game 7. Who you got?
2017. That's before KD?
That's with KD.
With KD?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's hard to go against that team, I feel. They were all healthy, and I mean, but OKC, I don't know. They got it together, too. It's tough. I think it's two different eras right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is the new kind of era, fast-paced, run and gun, fast break points. Like, that's what wins you almost these games, and scoring high points. Like, I mean, you knew that the Warriors could do that too, but they had physicality to them with Draymond, obviously.
Yeah.
They had a crazy bench as well.
Sean
Livingston, and who knows? I mean, the fact that they lasted that long, we'll see how long the Thunder last, to be honest. If it's a dynasty or if it was just like a one-time thing. Obviously, they dropped a few games like in this past 2 months, but I feel like they could have won.
The Spurs got their number. Speaking about the Spurs got their number.
Exactly. So I mean, it was hard to count the teams that had the Warriors number back then. You know.
Yeah.
Almost felt like they were gonna win every year, but you know, for me, I would say probably the Warriors until like proven otherwise.
Until further notice.
Yeah, it might take a little bit for me to just come back and say, oh, maybe the Thunder had it, but for now, it's hard to top that team for me.
I think for me personally, I'm going with the Warriors off a simple fact that their third option was Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson dropped 37 points in a quarter and then dropped 61 in 3 quarters on 10 dribbles.
It's crazy.
And it's like, who's fucking the Thunder's third option with Jalen Williams? And don't get me wrong, home team, Jalen Williams is nice, but I mean, you're talking about 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Like,
and any one of them could have lit it up at any night. Don't matter. I don't know Shea. I mean, Shea is Shea, but you know, who knows? Like Chet, it might be Chet one day. It might be
Jalen. Yeah.
It might be J-Dub. It might be Caruso one night. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, and if one of them go down, who knows what happens? You know, if SGA goes down, how would they do? You know.
I just think like the Warriors, like they played like the last 2 quarters for fun. Like they were running teams out the building. Like, I mean, if you think about it from a defensive standpoint, if you try to double KD, you're fucked because you got Steph and Clay going crazy on the pin downs.
Yeah.
Then
at that point, Draymond could hit the 3 too back then. Like,
yeah, and then
they spaced the floor out crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and then their bench was ridiculous too because they had Sean Livingston, who's midi was crazy. You had Barbosa coming off the bench. They had, if I'm not mistaken, on that team, they had Spates on that team too. They just had a squad. They had a squad. They had Iggy.
Yeah.
Fade on the universe.
Finals
MVP coming off the bench. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm rocking with the. I guess we're rocking with the 2017 Warriors. And like you mentioned, like I think the 2017 and the 2025 Thunder, like they're kind of like in like that same like kind of decade-ish, but at the same time, like the Warriors, like you mentioned, like they had defensive, like on the defensive end,
Yeah, it was a
but
great squad.
they could also run and gun it too. So it's like what are you really looking for and stuff like that. And the Thunder have yet to prove themselves. The Warriors were a dynasty.
Yeah, that's just one of those matchups you set it up in 2K, you put it on Hall of Fame, you just watch, see what happens.
But I think the bigger question is like, and obviously like this is a lot of like what ifs and stuff like that. Is you take that team and you face them against the '96 Bulls.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that conversation has so much.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Different time, different eras.
I mean, I think from just generally speaking, from a defensive end, the Bulls might have it. They'll chat like but I don't know, just like the amount of like threes that it depends on what rules you're playing. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's not. These questions are more like what ifs, like just like for shits and giggles.
Like is Jordan guarding Curry or is he guarding KD?
I mean, well, I think you put Scotty on KD.
On KD? Oh, true.
And then you got Rodman, and you can fuck around and put Rodman on fucking Clay, because Draymond ain't gonna really do nothing offensively, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of what ifs. You could even throw in like, what about the Lakers? But I think the big talk was like this Thunder team versus the Warriors. So we both got the Warriors home team. Let us know what you guys got. Drop it in the comments. The second, this has popped up a lot on the interaction I'm having online with the home team. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is, and we'll get into a little bit further, but Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl. What songs do you think he might play in the Super Bowl?
Who knows, man? To be honest, a lot of his last album that he did on
For sure, yeah.
But
Can't do crazy.
my thing is that he's going on his tour right now. He's doing all these shows. Hopefully, he's not burned out by the time he gets to the Super Bowl. And he just gives it. And I know he will.
Yeah.
But just give that feel of like a bit different from what people were feeling at his concerts.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does the same thing. Who knows? But it's his time to shine. Like the whole world's gonna be watching, and people that haven't tuned in for the Super Bowl that usually I'm not gonna watch it. It's just a game. I don't like football or whatever. Now they're tuning in because Bad Bunny's a halftime show, and they want to see like what it's all about. Why pick him for this event? And man, he should play like. Oh, I wish he could play all his bangers. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
they only give you that certain amount of time, right?
12 minutes.
So who knows? He might have to do like a mashup of everything kind of culminated together. But I mean, there's so many.
It has to be on there, bro.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite song probably for me that he would play. Depending, I don't even know if he'd bring out some people, but La Santa from Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana. That one with Daddy Yankee. If he played that would go crazy for me. But anything from Un Verano Sin Ti.
Un Verano Sin Ti is definitely I think that's probably like his like.
Yeah, that was the one that fucking
skyrocketed
set him up in
that. I remember going to that concert and that shit was just.
Yeah, remember Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was like he sold that shit out and did his thing for real. And I think that's when people like started to really like. Tap in. And not even like his Hispanic people. I feel like I've been listening to Bad Bunny for like a minute now. Like not when he first like was on this like started like rapping or like started on the music scene, but like I've been listening to Bad Bunny for a minute. Playing it with my being around like my father and stuff like that, or even on my own time. But like I think that album with Run Out to D just really put him on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it
sure.
Really.
There wasn't a miss on that album.
Yeah.
Every song, like you could listen to that. I could listen to the whole album and repeat.
For sure, yeah. I mean, saying that there's a lot of bangers on that album, 100%. I mean, shit. Bad Bunny. If you could play that whole album, I'll be happy for the Super Bowl. But I know you got to do like a collective of like all your old stuff until now. You got to compile it. So, speaking about the Super Bowl, the playoff games have been wild. I touched on it prior. A lot of like OTs and shit like that. And I know me and you love the OT games. Where it stands now, it's the Patriots and the Broncos, and then it's the whatchamacallit, it's the Rams and Seahawks. Who you got?
For me, AFC, as much as I hate to say it, just because I'm a Jets fan, I hate seeing them win the Patriots. Just because
I'm a hater, bro.
The Broncos starting quarterback just got hurt, broke his ankle, so
Yeah.
they got to throw in the backup. I mean, granted, they're in Denver, but I don't see a scenario. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because I usually, when I say something, the opposite happens, but I don't see a scenario where they beat the Patriots. The Patriots have been doing amazing these playoffs, and I think they punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. And then Seahawks, to be honest, I had the 49ers beating the Seahawks.
Same.
'Cause I didn't think Sam Darnold could pull it together and get a team out the first round, but proved me wrong again.
That's an NFC Championship.
Now they go to the championship. It's in Seattle. I still think the Rams got it, man. That team is so talented. Like, how could you not put money on them to make it to the championship? And they've been. I mean, at least Stafford's been there before. 2021 when they beat the Bengals. So they got the experience. They got leaders. They got. I mean, Puka Nacua has been playing crazy. He might be like Offensive Player of the Year this year. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Stafford MVP. It's just that team.
Stack.
It's hard to, I would say. I mean, hopefully they're good games. Like, that's what we want, right?
Yeah.
We want entertaining games. After last year's Super Bowl, I stopped watching third quarter. Like,
it's like
we want.
I still have hope though.
The Chiefs, but we want good games.
Yeah.
And good entertainment, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right before it goes off into break, so.
For sure. Obviously, home team. Let us know what you got in terms of the Super Bowl. Who you got? Also, forgot to mention. Let us know. Drop it in the comments. What do you guys want to see from Bad Bunny? What songs you want? What's your favorite song? Would love to get your interaction on that and your feedback. But I guess like revisiting Bad Bunny, like what exactly does Bad Bunny touching the Super Bowl and him performing at the Super Bowl does for the genre of reggaeton?
What does it do? It's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's huge. You can't. I think the fact that he doesn't sing in English, and I know for some people it maybe rubbed them the wrong way that he's headlining the Super Bowl because of that one factor, but I think it's gonna give the opportunity for people that have never listened to his music or to reggaeton in general, the outlet, and who knows, maybe it brings a whole bunch of new wave of fans over to find new music. And I mean, shit, that genre's popping right now like crazy, more than it's ever happened.
For sure.
So, there's so many artists that maybe in a couple years' time could also be in the same position as him, could be headlining a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's already so many artists like doing world tours, sold out shows here and there. So, I mean, there's the sky's the limit almost for that, and he's opening the door for. Not that the door's already been opened by other artists. Obviously, like back then, like you could. Daddy Yankee was big in that.
Yeah.
Winston Yandel, like.
Yeah,
so many people involved, so.
But I think nobody from that genre of reggaeton has been in like performing at the Super Bowl. And for America, obviously the global sport is soccer, but for America, our sport is football. So him being there, it gives us, it's getting like now a stamp in it, like reggaeton is here, like it's present. You know what I mean? Everybody's listening to it
anytime soon either. So.
And I think for Bad Bunny, like what he's been his run of like dropping the album, on top of that going to Puerto Rico, having a residency, and bringing financial stability to their economy with like a lot of people going over there, I think has just done wonders. And you can say whatever you want about Bad Bunny, but at the end of the day, what he's doing for Puerto Rico as an island, and what he's doing for just generally speaking, like the Hispanics in general, is is something to be said. So I don't really care if like you have an issue with Bad Bunny being on Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that however you slice it is well deserved.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the numbers say it. Everyone that went to his show. Yeah. Unfortunately, I missed it, but I've been to a couple of his concerts, and you could tell his fans, they ride for him hard, and it's hard to find fan bases like that these days, and it just shows like whoever's making the decisions to have these people perform at the Super Bowl is like they know ball, you know.
They know what's up. Like since Bad Bunny's opening the doors for reggaeton artists to be on this platform, like just throwing it out there, who might you think you see? Because I know you listen to this is like kind of like your genre that you listen to the most. Like, what artists do you feel like you could be on that stage too?
Oh man, there's hopefully he brings some of them out to kind of expose them to the world. But a lot of them he had on his album, like Omar Courtz is big. I was a lot. De La Rose is another artist from Puerto Rico. There's so many, to be honest, like just to name a few. But I think if he's able, obviously some people bring out guest appearances and some people do it solo. But I think if he can do that for someone, and like J-Lo did to him a couple years ago when she did it with Shakira, that she had brought out him and J Balvin.
Yeah.
When they're big in their own right, but it kind of how you see it now where he's doing that the halftime show. Yeah, exactly.
Circle, yeah.
So who knows? Maybe he brings out someone and they end up doing it bigger or better. So yeah, this whoever. If he brings out anyone, I mean, it'd be exciting. If he brings out people that to respect like the origins of reggaeton, like Daddy Yankee, they're asking him like, you gonna be there? He's like tight-lipped, but we'll see. I mean, it'll be a surprise for sure.
Bad Bunny is on the throne. He's the king of reggaeton right now, and obviously the passing of the torch from like Daddy Yankee and everybody. Speaking about the throne, me and you are big Game of Thrones fans. We've been tapped in. You've been tapped in lower than me, but they just dropped a new series, Sir Duncan the Tall. Thoughts, complaints, comments, reviews. How you feel about that?
About the show or just the
show?
The new one? I mean, we watched the first episode. I mean, I didn't even understand what was going on. To be honest, I like Game of Thrones. I caught on late, maybe like almost when the show was a couple seasons in already. Obviously people had quarrels with the way it ended, but then they made this other show, the House of Dragon, which so far, I mean, it's been pretty good. And then I just hope they don't oversaturate all these stories, because obviously they have a lot of books out that you could pull,
branch off and make a
series, movies and stuff. So, I mean, we'll see about this one. Everyone's complaining about like the episodes is too short or something. Like they're only 30 minutes, whereas like we're used to like the hour and a half long movies almost.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll wait till it all comes out and then judge it after. But definitely, who knows? Like, I know they have the stories. Hopefully, it's good. They usually do good with picking like
the actors and stuff.
The actors, like finding them right roles for these shows. So yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. So far, I mean, the first episode was interesting, but I get they gotta set up characters and introductions. So
I just think like there was like no like real. I don't know. I feel like I was watching like a comedy series. Like
it feels different.
Like it's definitely different. I guess like if I read the books, like it'd be more like all right, I could see the correlation.
Yeah.
But traditionally speaking, for Game of Thrones, like it's very like I wouldn't say serious, but it's like more like it's just more. It's not comedic. You know what I mean? Just get to the point, like start establishing like who's who and stuff like that. I just think this thing can do it, but like you said, I think I might just wait for it to like pass by and then like watch it as a whole and see kind of where it falls out. But I don't know. For this one, I think this is the latter ones, and they're gonna drop a Jon Snow one too, which
really
with him being like on
after
the wall.
Or before?
I don't know. But there's like a bunch of series that they're trying to come up with, and this is like obviously one of them.
I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't like just.
All at once. I mean, especially when you got House of Dragons, like appearing and stuff like that. Which
we'll see.
House of Dragons is coming back. What are your thoughts on? I know you just mentioned like about House of Dragons, but like what do you think things are gonna land? I mean, we kind of already know where things are gonna land, but like.
I mean, I would say the second season was a bit slower.
Yeah.
Like, it had its moments.
Yeah.
Than the first one, but I know shit's gonna go down this season from like what I've heard and like spoilers.
Yeah.
From being online and shit, but yeah, I mean same thing. I hope just like the actors are good and the battle scenes are good because that's really what people tune in for. So we'll see. I don't even know. Is it the last season? Are they doing one more?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like depending on where they go with this third season, they're gonna have to do fourth season. But I mean, I feel like if in the season 3, if they have like that ultimate battle between Damon and Aegon, not Aegon, Aemon.
Yeah.
Then they gotta clip. You know what I mean? Because that's really like the big thing, like Dancing the Dragons.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I think what really is like fitting is like the actors that you mentioned, like that they choose for these roles.
Yeah.
Obviously they got Rhaenyra, Daemon, all these like roles like kind of spot on onto like, and I think they fit accordingly. So shout out to who's the directors of this?
I don't even know, to be honest. This is not the same guy who did Game of Thrones? Or is it different?
Well, because I feel like the Game of Thrones actor, the Game of Thrones director, they got rid of him because he also fumbled the last season of Game of Thrones, and he also fumbled the Star Wars.
Oh, I don't even know that, to be honest.
So they shaking things up. Home team though, let us know what you think about Sir Duncan the Tall, the new series of Game of Thrones, available on Max. Tap in if you haven't. Obviously, we just gave you our review, but maybe you guys have a different opinion. Maybe you guys read the books. You guys could maybe make the connection better than we can. And let us know what you guys think about the House of Dragons and your excitement for season 3 on the way. We are in also season 3, so you see the correlation there. Speaking about just dragons in general and like mythical creatures, WWE, which they're not really mythical, but they're the character is mythical and stuff like that. Your thoughts on WWE and the landscape that it's in right now? I mean, you see, I know it's been like a kind of like slow and redundant and stuff like that, but what are your thoughts about the landscape right now?
I mean, bro, just to like go back to when I was a kid and used to watch it, I just think obviously times have changed. They can't do things in the worldwide wrestling entertainment business anymore than they used to. But I mean, for me, it's changed. Like everyone I grew up watching is either retired or they're not like wrestling as often as they were. But I think now it's definitely more. I guess I don't even know, like political or everything follows like a T. Like they know in advance exactly what's gonna happen, and I feel like I don't know. It's just for me where it is right now. It's not personally for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like it's a bit dragged out, like with the whole John Cena farewell thing. Like there's a whole year, and what they did with that was what they did with it. But yeah, I can't personally like, get into like what's been going on. Cause I mean I haven't tapped in since I was a kid, to be honest, until recently because of what was going on. But yeah, I mean hopefully I know now it's like they listen to the fans often, and that feedback is very well listened to and heard. So I mean if the fans are happy, they'll continue doing it. But if they're not, they'll let them know and they'll make the changes.
I mean, I mentioned last, like prior episodes, just where they're at right now. Like we've talked about it too. Like they're very old in terms of like their main superstars. But I think like now, like that's like the new prime now. In terms of like their storylines, their storylines that are like kind of interesting. Others are like kind of like dull. I mean, the John Cena farewell tour like was kind of redundant. Kind of like didn't go nowhere. You was kind of waiting for some shit to happen, and then like even like bringing in Brock Lesnar and all these other, it's like, and then John Cena losing to Gunther, even though like I get it, but at the same time like he never tapped out, but he finally did. But at the same time, it's like if you're really passing the torch, it should be somebody that actually like, either a young guy or I don't know, like me and you spoke about it, like Roman.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you said, those guys are getting older. Who knows? Like they just waited for someone to step up and be the next face of the company. So we'll see, like in the next couple of months, who they push. I mean, I personally probably won't be tuning in, but I know I'll hear about it through social media.
Yeah, social media.
So if it's intriguing enough to me, maybe I'll tap back in. But at the moment, for me, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think when I tapped in was when CM Punk came back, and like that was like a big peak. You know what I mean? Like obviously with the bloodline, Cody versus Roman. Seeing like that backdrop when it was during War Games and all that stuff. So, but now like it's still like I try to tap in as much as I can just to keep up with it. But at the same time, like you don't really know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest thing is like John Cena trying to heal, but then they didn't really do nothing with it. It was just kind of like the same shit, like repetitive. And I feel like you wasted a big moment for nothing.
I agree. Like, what was the whole? And then obviously we went to SummerSlam to go watch that, and there was no like transition. It was just he came out of SummerSlam and was happy again. Like, I didn't understand what the whole point. I think they had plans that fell through.
Yeah.
For different reasons, but I mean, aside from that, that was a good match for me. Like, it reminded me of like what I used to watch as a kid. But I think after that, it kind of went downhill, and the way it ended obviously was the way it ended. I don't know who they're gonna retire next.
I mean, it's looking like AJ Styles. Which, speaking about AJ Styles, him and Cena had a great match. I think they fought at maybe Crown Jewels or something like that. Their match was pretty awesome. They also had a match prior at the Royal Rumble where they didn't even leave the ring. I think that was something like creatively done, and they hit it spot on. But yeah, like Gunther's gonna retire like AJ Styles, and it's like. I feel like Gunther being Gunther, like he should be doing other things, not just out here just retiring people. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
he's also older too. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Why are they pushing him? Who knows? Maybe they have an end game for that, but I don't see it. So it's gonna be a surprise.
What's speaking about like just comparing it to like the old school versus the new school. What do you think of like how can like WWE? I guess you can't really say because nostalgia, but like bring back that like essence of like old school, like talking about like on a random Monday Night Raw they had Triple H versus John Cena. You know what I mean?
I mean, one thing is pushing talent. Like you got someone that has potential. There's no way you'll find out unless you give him the opportunity, put him on the main show. And I would say personally, like have more matches, like less talking segments. I feel like there weren't as many when I was a kid, like talking segments. They had like the interviews and stuff, but now I just feel like it's a big part of it. Like,
it's like dialogue or something.
Yeah, they used to have like a couple of people had their own shows and stuff, but yeah, they just got. I mean, I don't know. They know best, right? Like for me personally, I would prefer to see more like the action than the talking. But yeah, push your talent, do more matches, and that's what got me hooked on the first time. So.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Speaking about favorites, top five. What you got?
Top five. I don't even know, bro. I mean, not in any particular order, but I was a big fan of like the high flyers.
High flyers.
So I would say, for me, Rey Mysterio up there. Jeff Hardy for sure.
Jumping off the jumbotron, it's crazy.
I like Shawn Michaels. He was like a bit of both. Like he could do it all. He could talk on the mic. He could perform in the ring. Rob Van Dam for me.
Oh man, Rob Van Dam.
Oh yeah, I mean his attitude to like not caring about anything, but also just being talented. Him and that's four, right? I get one more. I'm gonna do like a wild card, but I mean, it's Evan Bourne. He was so talented. I mean, he didn't have much like a lifespan, like a life cycle in the company, but I was more a fan of like what they did in the ring than like if they never spoke.
Yeah.
Like that for me spoke its own words. So those are like probably be like I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
If they're like if there's a match going on, like, I'm watching.
I think for me it's obviously how you are in the mic, like in ring is also another thing too, and also like your I think those are like the two big things. But for me it'd probably Rock, Stone Cold, Cena, Orton, and Shawn.
That's good. That's probably a lot of people's top fives.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I just think Shawn was just like and Shawn might be to me personally, like seeing Shawn Michaels just wrestle was just like you could do it all. Like, he was like his in ring, the way he sold his just his in ring technicality and stuff like that on the mic. You know what I mean? I think my favorite though is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I just think like him, like just defining, at that time the authority. He used to fucking bring out the milk truck, the beer fucking truck, the gas truck, whatever fucking truck there was, he brought it. And just like like just him like being a brawler too. Like you're like I like the brawlers, like you know what I'm saying. And honestly, his signature move is like iconic, bro.
It's true. Yeah.
So it's just like and obviously Shawn and like Orton and Cena, they all have like The Rock too. They all have like their signature moves are everybody knows them.
Everyone's practicing them and your siblings. And
yeah, but you can't even go wrong with like your top five. Like even those high flyers, like Rey Mysterio is a legend.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's a legend. Like I just mentioned, him jumping off the jumbotron and again on a random fucking Monday Night Raw. Like I remember watching that shit live. I'm like, yo, bro, this nigga really going up on the fucking jumbotron and did a swanton bomb off that shit. Bro.
Yeah, I would go to bed thinking these people died. Honestly.
Yeah.
Wake up the next morning and tell my friends like, did you see what happened last night? They're like, yeah. So I'm like, is he alive or did he die?
Remember when Vince
gotta find out next week.
Yeah, remember when Vince the fucking limousine blew up? I really thought I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, it was that too. That's a big. That used to be what people talk about. Now they don't do that anymore for obvious reasons, but I don't know. Like they gotta find a way to get back to it in some different fashion. But
get back to that nostalgia. Home team. Let us know who your top 5 wrestlers of all time, and like give us your thoughts and comments on how WWE can like fix things around and give us back that nostalgia. Royal Rumble is, I believe, next week. Who you got? You don't know?
I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know who's in it, to be honest.
I think Cody declared. I mean, I thought Gunther was gonna be a part of it, but now he's facing AJ.
Good, because I wouldn't want him to win it. That'd be my only thing. Anyone else?
I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker might be in that shit too.
So I just hope it's a good match.
Yeah.
Whoever deserves it, really. I haven't been
Logan Paul?
enough. Definitely not. Yeah, I can't get behind him, but yeah, anyone like, who knows what they do though? Maybe they'll do that. Someone that they don't really want, that the fans don't really want to win. Sometimes they do the opposite. They'll send it so that he wins, but we'll see.
All right. So whoever is in the Royal Rumble is gonna need some advice, on how to win. So home team, Chris, we're gonna give it to them. Next segment is our last segment. We end off on a high note as always. Elevated and chill. Not elevated and chill. I'm saying the pod. Elevated advice. And basically, elevated advice sponsored by CoStar. It's just you giving, dropping a gem for the home team, and just giving like words of wisdom, and and shit on a positive note. I'll go first. My elevated advice for the home team is sometimes you just have to walk away instead of trying to fix it. I think it's self-explanatory. Some people are like, or some people or some things, or mostly people are stuck in their own ways, and you're kind of never gonna fix them. So it's just better to like, instead of trying to like talk to like a brick wall, just kind of like walk the other way. And there's this thing called tough love, and sometimes they need to fall in their face to get back up and motivate themselves and stuff like that. So
Sometimes, and it's more on your mental because the more energy you put towards that, and there's nothing going on, is the more it's gonna affect you. So you walking away, you're saving your energy in that time that you can be putting to something more productive. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, sometimes that's the biggest thing you can, the hardest thing you can do is walk away. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's what's best for you, and you know best more than anyone else. You could advice is like hindsight. Really, only you can put yourself in a situation where if it's something's not good for you, then leave it. And if you want to stay, then understand that what comes of that may not be what you want, but gotta just do what's best for you for sure. Yeah. I agree with that.
What about you? Any elevated advice for the home team?
Man, I would just say something that always resonates with me is like just don't be comfortable with being comfortable. I think that saying for me is just always try to better yourself. There's been times in my life where I'm just like content, and sometimes like something happens and then all of a sudden you're scrambling to figure things out. But I think if you're always in the mindset of today's a new day, I'm gonna try and do something. Obviously not every day you can, but just do something to better my mental, your physical, your spiritual, whatever you can do to put yourself in a better position than you were the day before. That speaks volumes. If that's reaching out to someone that you haven't spoken to in a minute, setting goals for yourself for like a daily thing, something as small as like making your bed, if that's not something you do, definitely add that to your list. But just small goals, and tangible goals, because you don't want to go too far to reach, but just don't fall in the habit of being content in life, because you might just be seeing that years have passed and you're still in the same spot you were. So that's just my advice. Always strive towards a goal and see what comes. You never know. You might find yourself in a position that you wouldn't have found yourself in if you didn't do that. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to never to stay comfortable. I think just to piggyback off what you said, I remember I was working at an internship, and it was like a seminar, and they said, you always like get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, and that's one of the things I live by as well. Because I feel like if you're uncomfortable, it gives you room to grow. You figure out yourself and stuff like that. So I completely agree with that. Home team, drop your comments, your thoughts of the elevated advice in the comments. Let us know what your elevated advice for us is, or other people in the comments. Obviously, you want to keep that positive mentality up. You can catch us on YouTube, 6 p.m. from my home team members on the East Coast, 3 p.m. from my home team members on the West Coast. And as usual, guys, I'll see you on the flip side, or we'll see you on the flip side. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers.
Boom.